Man, it is not going good for Liverpool right now. Granted, we have a lot of the youngsters out there, but this is terrible. We have 70% possession, one shot on target, one shot in general, but it doesn't. It feels like we have one shot. It doesn't feel like we have 70% possession of the ball because every time they're going forward with the ball, they're making something of it, causing havoc and chaos in front of our goal, causing our defenders and midfielders all sorts of trouble. And every time we get it in a dangerous area, it feels like we're just giving the ball away. Now, granted, I'm glad that the youngsters are able to get their moment, get some minutes under their belt, because ultimately this is a not it's a meaningless game. Yeah, I was going to try and dress it up, but no, it's a meaningless game. It doesn't matter. We'll finish first regardless, and who cares about Europa League setting records in it or whatever? Who cares if we win 5 games out of 6? Doesn't matter. So I am glad that the youngsters are getting some game time, but it's really disappointing to see how bad we're playing. When your best player is arguably your goalkeeper, that's when you know you're playing bad. Kelleher, he did really well to try and stop that first goal. It just unlucky, bounced right back to the striker's feet. He tapped it into the open net. Should he have been out as far? Probably not. But he did make a good recovery attempt to try and save that. It was just very unlucky. That second goal, should have done better. But it was also a really good strike. Just threaded it through the needle onto that front post. It hit with a lot of pace and power and precision. So, I mean, can't be too critical on Kelleher because at the same time, why is our defense so open? I get it. We're playing with a lot of youngsters, but Konate and Quanta, they play Premier League football for us. Quanta had to come in for Crystal Palace and did well. We can't rely on VVD being there because he shouldn't have to be here for a game against Union St. Galice to pull out a result. That's embarrassing. Konate should be able to take over that VVD role and help guide Quanta through. The midfield needs to be organized more. I don't know why Hackpo's playing in the midfield. He's not a midfielder. He's a 9, or he can play out on the wings. He's not a midfielder. I don't know why we keep trying this. It's terrible to watch. Honestly, I don't even know why I'm watching this, other than I'm just a big Liverpool fan and want to always support the team. But there's nothing to see here. We're garbage. Where it was cool at first getting to see the youngsters because I'm like, oh man, I get to go see some of these guys who I've never seen play before, get some real game time, get at least a 45 minutes in at minimum, unless injury, of course. But it's like getting socks for Christmas. You see them all wrapped up. They look all really nice. It's wrapped up in nice snowflake wrapping paper, and then you start tearing it apart, and it sucks, and they're real disappointed. That's how I am today. I'm looking at the game right now, and I'm looking at this field, and I'm trying to think who's good enough to play for Liverpool. I I'm not counting Curtis Jones or Hackpo because the guys who are senior Liverpool players who've made consistent starts for Liverpool in some capacity because obviously they're Premier League level players. Otherwise, they wouldn't be getting the game time. But outside of Kwanzaa, man, it's really shocking. Cade Gordon isn't good. Who else? Ben Doik, he's still really young. I think that this level is a bit too high for him. I think that he's not anywhere near European football or competition ready. So playing him against a Europa League team isn't the best. I think he's League One, maybe championship at best. At best, he's championship level. But honestly, I think he's probably still a League One player. Go send him out to Scotland, get some game time with Celtic or Aberdeen, one of those kind of clubs over there. This is just too big of a moment for him. Chambers isn't good. I'm I could just go on and on about these players who aren't good enough. I know people are going to say they need more game time. They need to find rhythm, which is true. But you can tell when players are ready or not, when they're at this level or not. Because we're not even talking about Premier League level. We're talking about just a Europa League level against Union St. Galice, who are going down to the Conference League because they're not good enough for Europa League this season. They're a fine team. They're really good. They are creating chances. They have a good game plan. Coaching has come out and done pretty well. So they are a quality side, but they're still a side that we should be beating. For us to be this poor against them, I don't care who's out there. We're Liverpool. We should be going out there and making the most of it. especially these youngsters. They should be hungrier, should be wanting to create more chances, should not be wanting to give the ball away as much, should be out there trying to prove themselves to Jurgen Klopp, like, hey, I need some more game time, like Jarrell Quansah has done. Right now, if I'm Jurgen Klopp, I'm not looking at any of these youngsters after this game because they're not showing anything. Now, this is only the first half. I'll make a second video at the end of this game to give my opinions there. But right now, this is terrible. Kelleher's been really good, making some good saves. Quansah, he's doing all right, but outside of Kelleher, there's no one really doing anything. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are. Hopefully this will upload by the time the second half starts. Probably not, but I'll come back to you at the end of this game, let you know my thoughts then, and talk about some other things going on. But hope you guys enjoy the rest of the game. Football Showdown's out.